Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is my 12th video regarding the Kerala PSC Assistant Professor in Commerce examination. Hope you all are watched my previous all videos regarding the Kerala PSC Assistant Professor examination and also the topics related for the BCom, BBA, MCom and other disciplines of Kannur University and other university students also. Then here I would like to talk about the module 1 paper research methodology and quantitative techniques regarding the topic parametric test. So what do you mean by parametric test? In the last 3 videos I discussed about non-parametric test and some of the examples of non-parametric tests also. Here I would like to talk about parametric test. Then parametric test is those tests the researcher can able to make an assumption about the shape and the characteristics of the population from where the samples are taken. Obviously all these parametric tests are taken from the population having the feature of a normal distribution. So since in many of the problems it becomes necessary to take small sample instead of large sample, considerable attention has been paid in developing suitable tests for dealing with problems of small samples. Nowadays we are in need of small samples to make a study, so considerable attention has been paid towards for developing the suitable test dealing with the problems of small sample. For this purpose, the greatest contribution to the theory of small sample is that of Sir William Gosset and Professor R.F. Fisher. Sir William Gosset and William Gosset published his discovery in 1905 under the pen name Student and published his findings under this name. Thereafter, the T distribution is commonly called Student's T distribution. So, the person behind the development of Student's T distribution is Sir William Gosset. So, according to his findings, he may published the theoretical framework about the students' T distribution in his book. Thereafter, the T distribution is commonly called by the name students' T distribution. Professor R.F. Fisher gave another test known as Z test. These tests are based on T distribution as well as Z distribution. R.F. Fisher developed Z distribution and William Gosset develops T distribution. This is all about the introduction about the students' T distribution. Then next I move to the meaning of students' T distribution. The T distribution is used when the sample size is 30 or less than 30. So one of the important feature that is always remember in your mind is that T distribution is used when the sample size is 30 or less than 30. Then we call it as a small sample. And also the population standard deviation is unknown. So what are the situations in which we are able to use T distribution test? That is, here the samples when the sample size is 30 or less than 30 and also at the same time the population standard deviation is unknown. Remember that feature, the population standard deviation is unknown and at the same time the size of the sample is 30 or less than 30. In those situations we may use students' T distribution. Clear? So what is the formula of students' T distribution? T is equal to x bar minus mu divided by s into root n, where x bar is equal to sample mean, mu is equal to population mean, s is equal to sample standard deviation and n is equal to sample size. So here instead of using population standard deviation we may use sample standard deviation. Why so? Because in the case of T distribution we are unknown about the population standard deviation. So how will you calculate sample standard deviation? Sample standard deviation is equal to under root of sigma x minus x bar the whole square divided by n minus 1. Once again, sample standard deviation S is equal to under root of sigma x minus x bar the whole square divided by n minus 1. That is x bar here. X bar means sample mean and n means sample size. So this is the formula of calculating the value of T. Then next I want to discuss about the properties of T distribution, or what are the characteristics of T distribution. First property is that the variable T distribution ranges from minus infinity to plus infinity. Once again, the variable T distribution ranges from minus infinity to plus infinity. The next property is that, like the standard normal distribution, the T distribution is also symmetrical and has a mean value 0. That is, normal distribution is also a symmetrical distribution. Likewise, T distribution is also a symmetrical. Then what do you mean by symmetrical distribution? Symmetrical distribution is a distribution where the values of mean, median, mode are equal. Where the values of mean, median, mode are equal. That is, x bar is equal to median is equal to mode. So that is about the symmetrical distribution. So T distribution is coming under symmetrical distribution. Remember the properties of T distribution. It's very important with regard to the examination point of view. And in this video, I would like to pinpoint the main factors only about the T distribution. The next third point is that the variance of T distribution is greater than 1 but approaches 1 as the number of degrees of freedom increases. That is, the variance of T distribution is greater than 1. Then variance, what do you mean by variance? Variance is the square root of standard deviation. Variance is the square root of standard deviation, and standard deviation is the root of variance. Okay, so that variance of T distribution is greater than 1, but it approaches 1 when it is so when the number of degrees of freedom increases. Then next feature is that, or next property is that, the variance of T distribution is equal to the standard normal distribution when the sample size increases. That is, the variance of normal distribution is same as that of variance of T distribution when it will be when the sample size of T distribution increases. The variance of T distribution is also equal with the variance of normal distribution. That is, in short, the variance of T distribution is equal to the standard normal distribution when the sample size increases. When the sample size increases, the variance of T distribution becomes equal to the variance of normal distribution also. It can be demonstrated that from an infinite number of degrees of freedom. Then what do you mean by degrees of freedom? In the previous video, I talked about in clearly what is degrees of freedom. Degrees of freedom is equal to, it is accepted, its short form is written like V and it is pronounced as nu, NU. Then the degrees of freedom is equal to, nu is equal to infinity. That is, it can be demonstrated that from an infinite number of degrees of freedom, that is, nu is equal to infinity, the T distribution and Z distribution are exactly equal and the probabilities shown in the normal distribution tables are applicable. That is, when the sample size or when the degrees of freedom increases, then the T distribution becomes equal to the normal distribution, and that is why the probabilities of T distribution can be easily find out from the table of normal distribution also. That is, when the sample size of T distribution increases or the degrees of freedom increases. What do you mean by sample size and what do you mean by degrees of freedom? It is highly linked with that. That is, in the sense that the degrees of freedom is equal to n minus 1. That is, sample size minus 1 ആണ് degrees of freedom. In the case of T distribution, the degrees of freedom എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ total sample size ന്ന് 1 മൈനസ് ചെയ്തതാണ്. അതുകൊണ്ട് sample size ഉം degrees of freedom രണ്ടും തമ്മിൽ പരസ്പര ബന്ധമുള്ളതാണ്. അതുകൊണ്ടാണ് പറഞ്ഞത് സാമ്പിൾ സൈസ് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഡിഗ്രീസ് ഓഫ് ഫ്രീഡം ഇൻക്രീസ് ചെയ്യുന്നതിനനുസരിച്ച് എന്തും ഇൻക്രീസ് ചെയ്യും. T distribution സ്വഭാവം normal distribution equal ആവും. The T distribution will be equal to the normal distribution, and that is why the value of T distribution is also find out from the table of normal distribution also. So this is another property. The next is that T distribution is lower at the mean and higher at the tails than the normal distribution. Once again, T distribution is lower at the mean and higher at the tails than the normal distribution. To illustrate this feature, see the graph. See the graph here. Mean values occurred at the middle of the normal curve. This is the shape of the normal curve. The shape of normal curve is a bell shaped curve, and the mean occurs at the middle of the value. And this, the first curve is the normal distribution curve, and the second curve is the small curve is the t distribution curve, and its feature is that t distribution is lower at the mean value. See the mean value, this is the mean. The mean value occurs at the highest peak in the normal distribution. That is, the mean occurs at the middle of the normal curve, that is x bar. So here the t distribution mean, the mean value of t distribution is small, lower, but the mean value of normal distribution is higher. But another property is that, and higher at the tails than the normal distribution. See the tails, these are the tails. The tails of the normal curve nearer and nearer to the baseline or x-axis, but it never touches the x-axis. See the axis, it never touches the x-axis or base axis, but it is nearer and nearer to the base axis of normal distribution. But the tails of t distribution, see the width of the tail, see the width of the tail. The t distribution has high width than the normal distribution. That is, the width of normal distribution is nearer and nearer to the baseline, but the mean value is higher. But in the case of t distribution, the width of the t distribution is more than that of normal distribution, and at the same time the mean value is small. So this is the another two properties. I hope you all are clear with my explanation by looking to the graph. T distribution is lower at the mean value. So remember once again, this is the t distribution. The small normal curve is the t distribution, and its mean value is from this point to this point only. But this is the normal distribution. Its mean value from this point to this point. So the mean value higher in the case of normal distribution, and mean value lower in the case of t distribution. And the baseline, that is its tail, the width of tail is more in the case of t distribution from the baseline, and the width of normal distribution is nearer and nearer to the baseline for the normal distribution. Okay, that is next property. T distribution has proportionately greater area in its tails. T distribution has proportionately greater area in its tails. So see the this is the area. This is the baseline or x-axis. From this point to from this point, there is a high width. But in the case of normal distribution, its width is very narrow. That is, it is nearer and nearer to the baseline. That is why that property is originated. T distribution is lower at the mean and higher at the tails than the normal distribution. Property number 5 and 6 is clearly understood by looking into the normal curve, that is bell-shaped normal curve. Then sixth point, T distribution has a proportionately greater area in its tails than normal distribution, and interval width from T distribution are therefore wider than those based on normal distribution. That is the width, interval width. What do you mean by interval width? From the baseline to this area, the interval width of T distribution is more than that of interval width of normal distribution. The next property is that the higher the value of T, the more difference exists between the two sample sets. The higher the value of T, if the value of T is higher, then it may be concluded that the more difference exists between the sample, that is, the two samples are different. The two samples are different, and if the value of T is smaller, it indicates that the more similarity exists between the two samples. So by looking into the value of T, we came to a conclusion that if the value of T is higher, then there may be a more difference exists between the sample, and if the value of T is small, there may be more similarity exists between the samples. So these are the important properties or characteristics of T distribution. Please note in your mind. Then next I would like to talk about how do you construct a T distribution, or in other words, how do you locate the value of T distribution. For that purpose, we need to find out the degrees of freedom first. For that purpose, in order to locate the value of T from the statistical table, we want to find out the degrees of freedom first, or it is otherwise known as, we want to find out nu, Nu. Then what do you mean by nu or degrees of freedom? Degrees of freedom is equal to sample size minus 1. what is the sample size of the question, and from the sample size deduct the 1 from this sample size, then we will get the degrees of freedom. For example, if the sample size is equal to 20, its degrees of freedom will be 20 minus 1, that's equal to 19. So first of all, find out this degrees of freedom, and second is that look the degrees of freedom in the left hand side of the t distribution table and locate the column under your alpha level or level of significance. That is the second step, that is look up the degrees of freedom in the left hand side of the t distribution table in the left hand side degrees of freedom noka, then locate the column under your alpha level. What is the alpha level of our question, or what is the level of significance of our question? Level of significance is usually given in the question itself. Generally it is located as 5% level of significance, that is locate 0.05 area level of significance, and the corresponding degrees of freedom will be on the left hand side, and the value touches the level of significance as well as the degrees of freedom. That value will be the table value of t. So this is in this way we are able to calculate the t value from the statistical table. So as per ഇത്രയാണ് ഇന്നത്തെ വീഡിയോയിൽ ഞാൻ ഡിസ്കസ് ചെയ്യാൻ ഉദ്ദേശിച്ചത്. ഇനിയും ആപ്ലിക്കേഷൻസ് ഓഫ് ടി ഡിസ്ട്രിബ്യൂഷൻ ഉണ്ട് ഒരുപാട്, അതും കൂടി ഇവിടെ മെൻഷൻ ചെയ്താൽ വീഡിയോൻ്റെ ലെങ്ത്ത് കൂടും. പിന്നെ അതുമാത്രമല്ല എൻ്റെ സബ്സ്ക്രൈബേഴ്സിൻ്റെയും വ്യൂവേഴ്സിൻ്റെയും റിക്വസ്റ്റിനെ മാനിച്ച് കഴിവതും എല്ലാ പോയിൻറ്റ്സും പിന്നെ കുറച്ച് വീഡിയോസായിട്ട് പല കാര്യങ്ങളും അപ്ലോഡ് ചെയ്ത് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഇപ്പോഴത്തെ ബിസി ഷെഡ്യൂളിൽ എല്ലാവർക്കും ഫുള്ള് കാണാനുള്ള ഒരു ടൈം കിട്ടാത്തത് കാരണം കുറച്ചും കൂടിയും ബെനിഫിറ്റ് ആയിരിക്കുമെന്നത് പറഞ്ഞതുകൊണ്ട് മെയിനായിട്ട് ഞാനിവിടെ ഇപ്പോൾ ഡിസ്കസ് ചെയ്തത് ഒറിജിൻ ബിഹൈൻഡ് ദ ടി ഡിസ്ട്രിബ്യൂഷൻ, മീനിങ് ഓഫ് ടി ഡിസ്ട്രിബ്യൂഷൻ, ഇറ്റ്സ് ഫോർമുല ആൻഡ് ഇറ്റ്സ് വെരി ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻറ്റ് പ്രോപ്പർട്ടീസ് ഓഫ് ടി ഡിസ്ട്രിബ്യൂഷൻ, ദെൻ how will you locate the value of t from the table, and also knowingly or unknowingly in this presentation I was explaining the similarity between t and z. നിങ്ങളത് മനസ്സിലാക്കിയിട്ടുണ്ടോ എന്നറിയില്ല. ഈ പറയുന്ന എല്ലാ ഫീച്ചേഴ്സും അല്ലെങ്കിൽ എല്ലാ പ്രോപ്പർട്ടീസും ഞാൻ നോർമൽ ഡിസ്ട്രിബ്യൂഷനുമായിട്ട് കമ്പയർ ചെയ്തിട്ടായിരുന്നു പറഞ്ഞത്. അപ്പോൾ അവിടെ നിന്ന് തന്നെ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ടി ഡിസ്ട്രിബ്യൂഷനും നോർമൽ ഡിസ്ട്രിബ്യൂഷനും തമ്മിലുള്ള ഡിഫറൻസും സിമിലാരിറ്റിയും മനസ്സിലാക്കാൻ പറ്റുന്നതായിരിക്കും. അപ്പോൾ I hope you all are clear with my explanation. Please do support for me. Thank you.